Hi everyone, my name is Yeva Berishite. I am a mindset and manifestation coach, and today we're going to be talking about things that you can do if you feel emotionally drained. With everything that's going on in the world right now, it is extremely important for us to take care of our mental health. Because at the end of the day, if we are feeling completely drained and our mental health is suffering, we are no help to others. So if you feel like the present situation is really getting the most of you, whether it's still due to the pandemic or political issues, and you really see yourself emotionally being drained, then I'm gonna name some tips and tricks that you can do during the day to start recharging your own batteries on a mental level as best as you can. So the first thing that you can do if you feel like you can't fall asleep, or if you wake up in the morning and you feel anxious and you feel tense, the first thing that you can definitely do is breathe. Breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. And really fill your lungs and do this for like a minute. It will regulate your nervous system. And when your nervous system is not on a high all the time, you don't feel that stressed. And it's up to you and only you, and it's our responsibility as humans to regulate our emotions and ourselves, because if we don't, we allow panic and we allow fear. And what we want is to see situations the way that they are, but not emotionally with so much more stress being added onto it. And the way that we can see situations as they are is to regulate our own nervous system and to regulate our own emotions. And we can do that by breathing. And a great exercise, if you do not know him, I fully suggest it is the Wim Hof breathing method. I will link his video like somewhere, either you'll see it pop up here or in the description section. He has an amazing breathing technique that regulates the nervous system and is proven to cure depression after a longer period of time. So it's extremely powerful, and it shows the importance of breathing, especially when we're stressed. We tend to automatically take shorter breaths, right? So breathe during the day. Really start breathing. Take a minute out of your day to really breathe, to really calm yourself. That's what's going to calm and help you. The second thing that I really suggest right now is either two things, or you can do both. Concentrate on prayer from gratitude, prayer for healing, prayer, if you're religious, or if you want to meditate. It will also calm your nervous system. Make sure that if you pray, you don't pray out of fear, right? And when you meditate, do it to the best of your capability. These are the things that really do help. A great thing that I really do suggest, if you have the ability or the possibility, better say, than just go out and go for a walk. Go for a walk somewhere. Don't look at your phone. Cut off media time. And if you do consume media, make sure you consume it from resources that are reliable. Okay, that's super important, because there are so many out there that are not reliable, right? And make sure where you consume your information from is reliable, right? And cut down the time that you consume it, and consume it to what you need in order to know what's going on around you. But make sure that the media that you do consume is really the most truthful that you can get. And when you're going for a walk, start breathing, concentrate on what's around you, be more in the present moment, feel your feet on the ground, okay? Look around you, concentrate on the now. These are all the simple things that you can do that will regulate your nervous system and lower your stress level. Give yourself some alone time. What I have personally noticed with everything that's going on in the world, a lot of people think that it's perfectly okay to, talk about the media straight away or talk about what's going on, but we never know how the other person actually reacts to it and how the other person actually sees it. I know for a fact, talking to, people, there's just this elephant in the room, and the elephant in the room is politics, right? So if you actually don't want to talk about that, you don't have to. You have that choice, and don't let that choice be taken away from you. If you feel like you're tired and you hear people talking about something that you want to distance yourself from because you feel the impact that it's doing on you, it's perfectly fine for you to take a step back, take a breather, and not talk about it now. Because as I mentioned in the beginning, we are in charge of our mental well-being, and we can only help ourselves and others when our mental health is okay, right? If it's crumbling, we're not going to be helping anyone. And so don't feel like you're forced to have a discussion right now about something that you actually don't want to discuss. It's absolutely horrible what is going on in the world. And helping is very important. And if we can, and the resources that we can help with, we should do, right? However, we also have to help ourselves in this state, because for a lot of people, it has been this way. They have been stressed already through the work. Maybe some people have lost their jobs. Maybe some people have changed jobs due to the pandemic. Maybe some people have financial problems. There are so many people out there who were not already feeling safe in some way, shape, or form, or unhappy and already mentally not in the best mindset. And then all of this political stuff hit them, right? And so then they automatically will turn to fear, and they will, can really fall into the hole of a mental health issue, right? It can happen. And so therefore, it's so extremely important to say, I am in charge of the way that I'm feeling right now, and I have to take care of my mental health, even though I might feel, like there are more important things out there and so on and so on. We still have to take care of our mental health. And if you talk to anyone who is a therapist or who is a, coach, that person will tell you it's super important to take care of your mental health right now. And it's not selfish to do so. And by this, I don't mean that you just, don't look at anything that's going on in the world. No, you can and you should, maybe to a certain degree, but make sure what you consume is truthful, and also make sure to take time out of your day or your week to chill for yourself and for your mind. Because at the end of the day, we still have all the responsibilities that we had before. And now there's just fear on top of that, right? And it rubs off. Fear rubs off very, very, very quickly. And so does negativity. And if we can help ourselves and be supportive for ourselves, we are automatically being supportive for our family. We are automatically being supportive for our children, for our friends. And it's very important right now. So these are my really simple tips that I can really recommend and suggest. And, if you do feel like this is, you need more help and you need more information and it's so much more deeper for you, then have a look at therapists, for sure, or coaches that really specialize in mental health. But when it comes down to just feeling drained and you've just had enough of the fear that's being projected so much, and you kind of see that it's not doing any good for you because fear does not do good, right? And you just want some tips and tricks, be reminded of these things that I mentioned. And simply looking at the Wim Hof breathing method, or breathing in the morning before going to sleep, going for a walk, journaling, right? And having a look at these tools, these simple tools, or praying or doing meditation. These are reminders of things that you already know most likely, but don't neglect them. Okay, stick to the things that work for you. And the things that work are normally the really simple things, right? That everyone can do automatically almost. And these are the things that we have to stick to. We don't have to reinvent the bicycle. We don't have to change a working system. And these things do help. Look into them, right? And take the time to do them. Don't dwell in your own fear or your own negativity. There's enough of that going on. Take the action in your day-to-day life for 10 minutes. Meditate or breathe. Do the Wim Hof method. Vent in some way. And you will see that your batteries are being charged again. And that you then have more energy because you're giving your soul and your mind room to breathe. Right? By doing these simple things. And that's exactly what the mind needs right now. Because everywhere we look, we see politics, right? Or still things about the pandemic going on in some countries. And we have to have something that we can work with to make ourselves more stable. And these things are going to help us do that. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel to get useful tips like this and also lots of videos on mindset and manifestation. If you're not part of my Facebook group, the Heaven on Earth community, make sure you join that group. As I mentioned before, I do lives in there regularly on these types of topics and more. Follow me on my Instagram if you want to get positive content. I'd love to see you there. Also have a look at my podcast, Talks with Yeva podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcast. I'm sure you will absolutely love it, so have a listen. And if you would want one-on-one coaching with me when it comes down to manifesting something specific, or mindset coaching when it comes down to reprogramming your subconscious mind and eliminating fear and limiting beliefs, then have a look at my website. And you can find everything that I mentioned in the description section below. So these are my tips for you to feel less emotionally drained and to power up your batteries again. Again, these tips are super easy to implement, so go ahead and try them out. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye.